Hi, I am Cassandra or Cassie. Gonna try and not kick the table. Um, I'm the dyer designer person behind Eat Knit and Dye. I'm Eat Knit and Dye on my store is Eat Knit and Dye on Ravelry. My name is not Eat Knit and Dye. It's actually Knit Chick, but I think it's CHIK. Because someone took Knit Chick with the regular spelling already when I signed up, and yeah. So anyway, I'm also Eat Knit and Dye on Instagram and Facebook. That might be it. Yeah. Anyway, I say anyway a lot, just FYI, and I'll try not to swear, but I'll probably fail. I have been told for ages that I should start a podcast, and so I decided I would finally crack and do it because the world desperately needs more knitting podcasts. I don't know if you're aware of that. There are practically none on the internet these days. So yeah, I've got a couple things to talk about. I'm not really gonna. Yeah, you know what? Introduction, a little bit, just a touch. I am from Boston, Massachusetts. I technically don't live in Boston anymore at the moment, but it's easier to just tell you Boston. I have a 3-year-old son who is worse than a cat when it comes to my yarn and knitting. I actually just bought him needles and yarn, and I'm going to be trying to see if he's ready to learn yet, because the youngest I think I've ever taught is a 4.5-year-old. But we'll see. He might be ready. Probably not. He'll probably just make giant knots and get yarn everywhere, but we'll see. And I also live with and take care of my 81-year-old, still at the moment, turning 82 this month, grandmother. So this will be mostly done at night when they're all asleep. The young and the old taking a nap, basically. Anyway, so yes, I guess I'm going to show you some stuff that I've made recently. And I have an unboxing moment because I ordered something that I probably shouldn't have ordered, but whatever. It's going to seem a little bit like shameless self-promotion at the moment because most of my finished objects are my own patterns, and I think they're all my own yarn. But last year when The Force Awakens came out, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Like seriously, huge Star Wars fan since I was like 4 years old. Leia, I just realized I did the buns. Anyway, this is actually just one of my favorite hairstyles. When The Force Awakens came out last year, I did the Use the Force mystery knit along by someone who I don't remember, but I did the knit along and I liked it, and I realized I wanted to design a pattern and do a knit along for the next movie. So The Last Jedi is coming out on December 15th. So I had it in my head like as soon as it came out last December that I wanted to do this. And so the pattern would be mystery knit along, so in 4 clues, so it would be released starting sometime in November. And I feel like a mystery knit along requires some trust. You are agreeing to knit something that you don't know what it looks like, and you're going to spend money on yarn, good yarn, and not that you can't, take it out or whatever, but it's something you have to trust that the designer is going to make something that you like and will enjoy knitting and have a good time doing. And I didn't feel like I could ask people to do that unless I had some more options to show what kind of a designer I am, or that I am capable of designing a pattern and finishing it and having it online. So I decided in January to design and publish 12 patterns in 12 months. Because apparently I'm an insane person. And yeah, it only clicked like a month ago that was freaking crazy. And I probably should never have done that. But whatever, I'm going to manage to do it. I mean, it's mostly hats, but still. Hats take time and counting and stuff. So unfortunately, most of my finished objects right now are my own patterns. Because I had to knit them all in order to write them. So let's go semi-chronological. How about that? So we have I just realized this is the worst hair to wear for this because they're all hats. We'll see. This is my Wool-Headed League Sherlock Mystery of the Knit Along that I did to go along with the release of season 4 of BBC Sherlock. It was 1 clue per episode, and now it's just, it's available all the time. I can actually put this on over my buns because it's that big. Oh my god, it's so big. Double knit, and mostly reversible. The lettering doesn't... Did I just flip it inside out? Or did I not? Right. The camera's going to be all... Got it. So, got the little deer stalker and the pipe and the smiley with the bullet hole. And I am Sherlocked. And 221B. So... This is Sticky Fingers, and I actually dyed 2 colorways custom for this kit. This is a Consulting Detective split. So one colorway is the variegated blue, purple, kind of brownie, lots of blue. And then the other is a very like purpley black with bits of they're all tonal, but because I have a colorway Consulting Detective, 1 single hank of yarn that is all of these colors, and I hate trying to coordinate colors. If I want it to kind of have a uniform look, I get very aggravated not being able to find like quite the right gray. So I designed splits where I just take 1 color out of a colorway that I've already done and make a whole hank that color and then the other hank with the other remaining colors. So I did that. I did a Sherlock colorway, Consulting Detective, and Doctor and a Soldier for John, which is green, solid green, well, tonal green, and like browns and oranges and that kind of thing. But anyway, so get ready for a theme here. Batman, also double knit and reversible. I like reversible. I think it's nice. It gives you more options. So we have the Dark Knight standing on a building or whatever, the mask, the symbol, and the Batmobile going around. And this is also Sticky Fingers, and this was old school colorway that I did, which is just buttercup and coal, black and yellow. That was for the Batman Lego movie. But I really like double knit. I use fingering weight yarn for double knitting in this capacity. It just makes a nice slouchy, squishy hat. And I made one for an old boss of mine in black and gray years ago. And I never wrote down the pattern. And then I lost the book that I had the charts in. And so it was time to bring this back. So I had sort of already designed this, but I still had to figure out the new charts. But anyway, those are from before. And then what was next? Oh, Yoda. I can't wear this one. I can't put this one on. This is a baby hat. Yoda baby hat. Wispies. I love wispies. I had to do the little hairs on his head. So yeah, like I said, Star Wars. Yoda baby hat. Which does not fit my son anymore, and it's very upsetting that it doesn't. I'm going to have to make it bigger and update the pattern. That's do or do not hat, and that is Yoda 1 in Easy Wool Bulky. EKD Easy Wool Bulky. Unicorn. So, ears. Nubbin. I love a short little weird chubby horn. I love it. And the mane. Very important. So I don't know. I just wanted to do, I got the main idea with the loop stitch. And I just wanted to do a unicorn hat out of unicorn yarn. So Easy Wool Bulky and unicorn. And Tatooine. Tiny bit of Tatooine left over from a sweater I made to go along with the Yoda hat, which I that was a flyby sweater. I just, it didn't, it wasn't worth writing down. Let me just put it that way. So yeah. So that sweater, that hat, unicorn hat, while I was making it, my first attempt at ears came out a bit like this. So I went with it because it made me think of the Fred Savage, Howie Mandel movie, Little Monsters, because I love that movie. I watched it so many times when I was a kid, and I really need to rewatch it. It's on Netflix. Force my son to watch it, yes. Because, oops, ignore that. I was just really into it, and I don't really remember exactly what was happening or why. But yeah, so this is Maurice. And in Little Monsters colorway, because it's all like blues and greens and little bits of yellow. There you go. Sort of. Lighting. All right. I don't think I didn't do the, so that's unicorn. Pinks and blues and purple. And like a tiny bit of teal popping up sometimes. Yeah. So that's that. And then this is actually a free pattern that I released. Basic bulky hat. It's just a nice quick, tight beanie. Or you can, unroll it and slouch it a bit. Yeah, if you added like another inch to that, that would be like super slouchy. And this is Pansexual Pride, the colorway. And I did the plan pooling so that it would stripe like the Pansexual Pride flag. Pink, blue, and yellow. My best friend has already told me she's totally stealing this at some point. Like, when I have to like hide it when she comes over because she will steal it. Yeah, so is that my last hat? I think that's my last hat. Okay, cool. Yes. And and then I made, well, it's not my last hat that I made, but it's the last hat I have to put on my head. I made a, that's also Easy Wool Bulky, by the way. So I just finished a Gramps for a friend of mine who had a baby shower today, and I gave it to her, so I don't have it to show you, but I have a picture. Oop, let me shut this. Okay. Picture. There we go. So that is Easy Wool worsted in Sriracha and Thai iced tea. And then I made a matching hat. Focus. There we go. And I just did a little motif on it to make it a little more interesting. And that's a flyby hat, so I don't have a pattern for that, but I might write it down because I kind of liked it. It was cute, and I would make a couple of little changes to it to make it a little more pleasing to the eye, I guess I'll say. It's not, I'm very big on symmetry, and I like things to be symmetrical, and I have this like weird thing about like fading in and out of patterns and whatnot. Anyway, so I've also been spinning a little bit, not really, kind of. So this counts, right? This counts. So this is my, it's not on purpose, let me tell you. I'm just not a great spinner. But that's why you practice, right? That's why you practice. So this is my new Turkish spindle. This is from Knitpicks. Because all of a sudden I was seeing Turkish spindles everywhere. Never heard of them before. I don't know how I missed that, but I was seeing them everywhere, and I was like looking up instructions on how to make one, because the only one I saw on like Amazon or something was like $45, and no, not for something I'm barely going to use, or might barely use. Hopefully I won't barely use it. And then I found like a tutorial on how to use it, and it was from Knitpicks. I'm like, that means Knitpicks probably sells them. And when I went on, it was like $15. So hell yeah. So that's the fiber. It's just, what is this? This is palette fiber from Knitpicks that I dyed. I was going for like an oil slick kind of thing. There's some purple and green and blue and a little bit of red and black. It was my first time dyeing fiber, and it came out a little interesting. And it's not really showing in the yarn at all, so I learned some things. It's good practice anyway. So yeah. Right. Yeah. So the Gramps, I've pretty much decided. So this year has just been knitting pattern after pattern after pattern. Like sample knitting patterns, testing them out to make sure that they're all right so I can release them and publish them. And so it's made knitting really feel like work this year. And it's not fun. It's been a little time crunchy. It's not that designing the patterns and knitting isn't fun, but it's just, it's been a very tight schedule. And, so that little baby sweater, Gramps, is one of the first things that I have kind of knit for fun, even though I was on a schedule. It was more fun to do. So, and I'm all about that pattern now. Like, Tinky Knits is so good. Like, they all the way from 0 to 6 months to like 4XL. So awesome. I can't stand it when I find a pattern in like a child size or an adult size when I wanted it for the other, and there's no options to change that, because then I end up, just getting the pattern and screwing with it until I try to figure it out. But yeah, so I'm super in love with Gramps. Although my best friend will tell you that I'm not super in love with Gramps, because I have all these big plans to alter it. But I love the pattern. It's great. So I want one. And I have never really knit myself a sweater. I did one time in college, and it's never been finished. And now it's too small for me. So yeah. But I couldn't wear sweaters. Like, I was always hot. I was always so hot. I could never wear sweaters. And then I had my son, and I say he sucked all the heat out of my body because I'm always cold now. And I want a sweater. And I really liked Gramps a lot. I'm going to make quite a few changes, I think, though. Well, not quite a few. That's going pretty far. I want the pockets on the inside of the sweater because I will actually use the pockets. And I'm not a huge fan of 1x1 ribbing, so I'll probably do 2x2. I just like the way it looks better. And is that it? That might be it. See, it's not that bad. Oh, I'm probably going to do the ribbing for like a little bit longer because I kind of like some serious like ribbing. So maybe like 4 inches of ribbing, 5 inches of ribbing. We'll see when I get there. And I just was messing around with my dyes and found this like gorgeous like blood red, like true blood red. It's very like blue, purpley red, burgundy, and I love it. And so that's going to be my sweater, and the edging I'll probably do in like a really, I want to try and make a really dark navy, indigo-y, gray, blue, navy. Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. You'll see it when it happens. Hard to describe. And for me, I'm going to, like, next year is going to be the year of the Gramps. I'm going to make at least 3, if not 4 Gramps next year. Because it's a great pattern. It's a really great pattern. All the sizes available. I originally bought it to make a sweater for my best friend's nephew because his mom gives me all of their hand-me-downs, and it's been so unbelievably helpful, like so helpful. Like she gave me my car seat, and you know, like, oh my God, so helpful. And like a swing and like all the things that I could have never afforded on my own. So, so I wanted to make, I knit that child, his name is John John. I knit John John a cow all-in-one when he was a baby, and now I wanted to make him like a little bit more of a grown-up sweater, even because he's 4.5 now, 4.5 now, I think. He's got like a year and a half on my son, and so I decided I want to make Gramps. And so I bought the pattern, and then I realized it was in every size ever. And I decided to make this one for my friend as a baby sweater. You know, small size is good to run through it and see if you like it. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It was really quick. It was really simple. Like, it was really fast to realize what you had to do for the next like 5 steps, which I like. Super customizable. The only issue I had were the freaking buttonholes. Oh my God. They were huge. Like so big. So unbelievably big. And the pattern called for like 1/2-inch buttons. And so I ended up having to sew the buttonholes a little bit closed. Like each individual one, like sew it a little. Like sew each one closed a tiny bit because it was just so big that it just popped right open. But that was kind of me not following my instincts, which is I won't say never, but I very rarely do the buttonholes that the pattern calls for. And I will usually just do a knit 2 together yarn over. That's big enough for just about any button, to be honest with you. And it's a nice, distinct, clear hole in the sweater. Like, the other ones can get a little, like if you cast off and then cast on, like that can get a little funny looking on the edges sometimes, where it almost has like a little bit of an opening and you're not quite sure where the button's going to go. I don't know. Personal preference, just like everything in knitting. So my Gramps is going to be, I just got a new yarn base. I'm a little crazy right now. So this, I think I'm going to call it Plush. It's single ply 100% merino. This is worsted, and I love it. I love single ply. I just love, I'm very big on letting the knitting speak and not so much the yarn texture. I feel like if the yarn is too textured, then you can't see the stitches, and I like cables and ribbing and like slip stitches. Like, that's in general, that's what I tend to think in my head. Although this little baby hat I just made with a little color motif, I'm totally gonna go on a rampage with that stuff for a minute. But next year, next year, I keep telling people next year, I'll do things next year. This year I got Star Wars, like, oh my God. So yeah, this is gorgeous and I love it. And it's just, yeah, squishy. It's so squishy. So this is amazing and I love it. But it's hand wash, dry flat. So the sweater for the 4-year-olds will not be made out of this. I do not give ever knitting to children or babies that you must hand wash ever under any circumstances. Always wash, always washable, because you got more things to worry about. And if you can't wash it the way you would all the other clothes, the parent's never going to put their kid in it. And ultimately, you want the thing that you spent all that time knitting to go on the child that you knitted for. So always washable. I don't care if it's acrylic. I don't care what it is. Washable. So the 4-year-old will be getting washable, probably superwash. Because my Easy Wool superwash is very washable. It's very sturdy, actually. So I'm a fan. So 4-year-olds get superwash. Also, my grandmother, I've decided I'm going to make her a Gramps. And I've never made her a sweater before. I make her hats. I make all of her hats that I should have grabbed her hats. All of her hats are in the other room. I make her winter hats, and she wanted a summer hat this year, so I made her like a lace beret out of fingering weight on size 6 needles. So it was kind of more of an open, loose thing. But I've never made her a sweater. I made her a blanket. I made her a pillow cover, like throw pillow cover. I've made her mittens, fingerless mittens. I've actually made her real mittens and a scarf, cowl. We'll call it a cowl. It was like a really short scarf with buttons. And she has felted every single one of them that it is possible to felt. When I very first started knitting, I didn't know that there was something other than Red Heart, so I pretty much made everything out of Red Heart or Simply Soft. So the blanket and the pillow cover were Simply Soft. Yes. And so she didn't manage to felt those, but everything else I've ever given her, she's felted. That's possible to felt. So, but now I'm in charge of her laundry, so I will not felt it. But I'm still doing superwash because, she spills sometimes. It's going to be washed quite a bit. Mine's probably not going to be washed as much as it probably should be because I don't really wash my sweaters. But hers is going to need to go in the wash pretty frequently. So superwash for her too. And then I also want to make one for my son. Yeah, he had a little gray like old man sweater when he was a baby, and I freaking loved it. And I put him in it all the time. And so he needs another one. He needs another grandpa sweater. I'm a huge fan of the old man sweater. I have tiny, tiny needles, and I'm so excited. I want to knit all the socks. Like, I can't even, it's October, and I have to sit here and look at Instagram and watch all of you people make these amazing socks, and I just want to knit them all, and I'm too busy dealing with Star Wars stuff and making baby sweaters, and I want to knit all the socks, all the time. So I think I bought this to make myself happy in the meantime. This is ChiaoGoo Mini Twist, and this is the sock needles. Oh my god, they're so freaking cute. Oh my god. So little bag, little front pouch, little main pouch, meshy material, which I like. And then, let's see here, the tips come, there we go. So it comes with, it comes with 000. Yes, 000. 1.5 millimeters. They're so small. 00, 1.75, 0, 2 millimeters, size 1, 2.25 millimeter, and 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeter. So tiny. Like, hang on. This is So the only time I've ever even seen a 000 is in the sock needles kit that you could buy from, it was like Susan Boyle, I think, and it was like 000, 000, 1, 2, and 3, and it was 5 double points in the pack. And I used to knit bracelets out of the 000s with beads on them, and I loved them, but I don't like double points because I knit here and I stab myself in the boob repeatedly with double points. And I actually developed a bruise at one point in the spot where the needle poked, so I had to stop. But let me see. Look at it. It's so tiny. It's so tiny. It even says on the packaging, like, contents are very delicate. Keep away from children. Store them accordingly. So little. And then it has... And then it came with 3 cords. And it's still the twisted wire, plastic covered twisted wire cords in 14 inches, 22 inches, 30 inches. And they're so unbelievably tiny. Like, the joins are just crazy small. And then you get the little box with the... Why? Stop trying to focus on my face. I'm trying to show you stuff. With the little notions. And so you get heart-shaped grabber, which is very cute. Twisty, some stitch markers, a couple of keys to tighten things. The tiniest cord oh my god, I can't focus. The tiniest cord joiners in the world. Oh my god. And then stoppers for the ends. And so this is the mini twist. So this does not fit. The Chiaogu needles come in 3 sizes. Small, large, and mini. And so this is the mini set. So this came with the 5 tips. I got it from Amazon. Honestly, wasn't that bad of a price. At least as far as I am aware. I haven't been able to really find them anywhere else for much less. Oh, and you got a needle gauge, which goes down to 000 because that needs to be a thing. Can we make that a thing, please? I could never figure out. The only way I could tell whether my 000s or 000s in that sock kit that I got before was I had to just remember what color they were. And after a while, when you use metal needles, the color rubs off. So then you're kind of screwed. But I'm super excited about this. I am not using it at the moment, but because like I said, no time for socks. But I'm so excited. It's so great. I love it so much already. The needles are like nice and strong and nice and pointy, and I'm gonna make tiny stitches. And I can't. Oh, all the socks. I'm a little bit in sock mode right now because I've decided I'm going to do a sock of the month club, sock yarn of the month club next year. So I'm super excited about that. I already have January designed in my head. And I'll probably do some coupons and stuff and whatever. It's just going to be like, it's not really going to have a set theme. It's just going to be whatever I feel like that month, or like stuff that's going on in the month. So yeah, so that is my needles, I think. And yeah, because I can't really show you Star Wars because it's a mystery. So I'm going to talk about Star Wars for a minute though, because yeah, that's coming up. I am doing the Star Wars Mystery Knit Along. It starts November 17th. That's the first clue is released on that Friday. And then one clue will be released every subsequent Friday until leading up to the release of The Last Jedi. So Friday, November 17th, Friday, November 24th will be the second clue. December 1st will be the third clue, and December 8th will be the fourth clue. And then the movie comes out on the 15th. So that should give you enough time to complete it if you stay on top of the clues, which I never do with mystery knit-alongs. If you stay on top of the clues, you should have a finished shawl by the time the movie comes out. It is Star Wars themed. If you look at it, you can see that it is Star Wars themed. If you know what you're looking for. If you're not a fan of Star Wars, you'll probably just look at it and not really notice anything. But if you're a fan of Star Wars, you'll see. You'll be able to tell. It's a little bit lacy. It's a little bit, there's a little bit of color pops going on. It's 2 colors, 100 grams each of 2 main colors, or main color and a contrast color. And then 5 color pops. It's a good stash buster if you want, but I did dye yarn to go along with it. And I have it in a kit in my Etsy store. Eat, Knit, and Dye on Etsy. I don't remember if I said that. I don't remember anything right now. It's late. And the plumber is coming to hook up my new oven tomorrow morning at like 8 a.m. So, yeah, I need sleep. Anyway, so this is what I designed to go with the color pops. Lightsaber colors, yes. A little bit of speckle, just a touch. Keep it interesting. And I have 2 colorways for it. Dark side, gray and black. And light side, white and black. Well, cream. It's cream. But this made me think of Leia. Every time I think of I cried during the preview. Like, I can't even... Like, every time I watch it so far, I'm going to sob through this entire movie. I cried so much during Rogue One. I cried so much. Like, my friend wanted to see if I needed to leave the theater. I cried so much during The Force Awakens. I have issues with Star Wars. Yeah. Anyway, dark side is like Vader, You know how it goes. Either way, they both come with the lightsaber minis if you get the yarn. But it's a good stash buster for like I said, it's a good stash buster for multicolored yarn, any kind of whatever you have lying around. It's fingering weight, so you got extra sock yarn. You only take like 50 yards of the color each. So, yeah. And I have a deluxe kit in my store as well, which has a coordinating bag. If you order dark side, you get the bag with the Empire symbol. And if you order light side, you get the bag with the Rebel Alliance symbol. And it comes with a... Stop wiggling. Tiny Death Star Stitch Marker Progress Keeper. Which is also made by me. Because I don't have enough hobbies. Really. So, nice big bag, pockets, lots of pockets, tool pockets, yeah. So that is starting November 17th. I'm super excited about it. A bunch of people favorited it on Ravelry. It's called That's No Moon, Mystery Cal. I'm hoping people are interested and want to do it. I love mystery knit-alongs, honestly. And they're really interesting, but I definitely, I will go look at the designer's other stuff and be like, okay, I like this. And that's one thing that's a little worrisome to me, because this is a little bit lighter. The pattern for this is a little bit airier than my previous stuff. I felt like when looking back at all my patterns, my stuff is kind of unisex, almost verging on masculine. And this is not. This is a little on the delicate side. There's some eyelet lace. It's a little more open. There's a little bit of picot. It's a half circle. It's huge. Like, oh my God. I haven't even, I have to block it still. And it's crazy big. I will probably... Oh, I'm doing a giveaway on Instagram. Oh my God. Eat, Knit, and Dye on Instagram. There's a post with the bags in it. If you follow me on Instagram, like the post, and then comment on the post, tag someone that you think would be interested in my stuff, or if you have, I know people have like that person that they tag on everything, whatever. I don't care. It's fine. Tag someone in individual comments. Each comment will get you an additional entry into a drawing, and you will win not the whole kit, not the whole kit. I have to set a limit, but these bags are exclusive to the kit. I will not be selling them outside of the kit. They come with the kit, and that's it. And you can win one on Instagram. So you get to pick which symbol you want when you win. I think that might be it. How did that happen? This isn't 4 hours long. I was totally expecting it to be 4 hours long. I'm shocked and amazed right now. I have no schedule. Don't even ask me. No. We don't do that here. There's a 3-year-old and an 81-year-old in this house. We don't have schedules. What are you talking about? I will probably do a little bit of a how-to tutorial thing, because as the pattern starts being released, I'll show how to do the different elements. Mainly tab start, shawl starts, whatever that's called. You know what I mean. Or if you don't, you will find out. And German short rows, because, oh my God, German short rows. How did I not know those for so many years? I'm so mad. All the short rows I've done in my life, I'm so mad they weren't all German short rows, because they're so much easier. And that's pretty much all over the shawl. I mean, not all over the shawl. Like, there's short rows in the shawl. So you need to learn the German short row. And then the bind off is a little different. So, not different, like, I'll do a video on how to do it, like, show a little clip. But I might do those separately. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm totally winging this whole thing. So, and I'll probably do some little instructional tutorial type things separately. I think that's probably a good idea. But yeah, I've so many patterns. So many patterns. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do 12 patterns in 12 months, but that was fucking insane. Like, oh my God, why did I decide to do that? Because I wanted people to be able to look at my patterns and go, okay, she can write a pattern. I'll give her money and not know what she's gonna give me back. Like, I wanted the trust. I wanted to earn the trust. Yeah. I hope I did earn it, because I definitely ran myself ragged trying to. All right. Yeah. Done. Toast. Done. Over. Yeah. Soon. I'll record another one of these soon. Hopefully. I have to, time the things and be functional after everyone goes to bed. And to be perfectly honest, that's not a very common occurrence, but... Oh, we just hit an hour. Okay, bye.